So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. By doing this tapping, which is very easily, very gentle, what it does is that it's sending this message to your brain that everything is fine, it really relaxes you.
And we are back with motivational speaker, coach, author, and superwoman, Natalia Sanchidrian.
Yes, a major superwoman, and thank you for coming, and you came all the way from Spain to Glendale, right? To give talks about self-esteem, which I think we need to have more often. But before we get into that, tell us how you got into becoming a coach.
Well, that's a very little hard story, but the thing is that I suffer child abuse when I was 4 years old. So because I didn't know how to manage all my emotions, of course, all these kind of traumatic events, what I did was just developing this low self-esteem and fears. I was sleeping with lights on for 36 years.
Wow. Oh my God.
And then I was a very insecure girl, very insecure.
Yeah.
So I was just comparing myself to other girls. And it was quite a tough time because when we are kids, we are learning all the time how to win, how to be the best all the time. We want to be the best in everything we do. We pretend to be the prettiest, the cleverest, and we try our hardest, it's true.
Yeah.
But we can't make it like this because, of course, no one is teaching us how to lose, how to be normal or natural.
The system is all about winning all the time.
Exactly, it's all about winning. And the thing is that I developed anorexia and bulimia. And then that was a time, it was a very, very tough time for me because I was with psychiatric, I was with a lot of help. And then was when I started talking about what happened really. I never talked before about what happened. And the thing is that I became a bit more secure about myself. I started seeing other girls like I know my competition, but a bit more like my friends, like, okay, you got maybe a beautiful hair, but I've got a beautiful eyes. Maybe they're not green, but maybe. And that was a very good time for me because I started believing in myself. I was just acknowledging my own values. And then I realized I wanted to learn more and help others. And I was very scared. I remember the first interview, my legs were shaking because, of course, I had dyslexia. So I'm dyslexic as well.
Me?
I couldn't, could you imagine? And I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and I also had the, bulimia, anorexia. So it was kind of a bit of a mess. But then I started studying all about how the brain works, how we can manage our emotions. And what I discovered is that, very sad, but humans, we are very ashamed to show the way we are, to show ourselves for what we are really. So we're all the time just pretending to be someone else. And this is so hard. Because it's not only not showing the way that we are, but also it's making us isolated because we can't really trust in other women.
Do you think that it has to be about not? Could it be that we don't want to show that we're vulnerable?
Well, that's it, because we are living in a society that we can't be crying. Boys don't cry. Come on.
Yeah.
We got these kind of things that we say, like, okay, if someone really loves you, sometimes can make you cry. No. If someone really loves you, it makes you fly. It will make you laugh. And the thing is that we are all the time thinking that if we ask for help, this is going to be sad. This is going to be people. It's going to be taking advantage, about me, so to say, and that's not true, because I really know that even if you don't know me, if I'm asking you for some help, if I really need help, you will help me, because when we are born, we pretend to help others. That's something natural within.
That's true. Like little girls with the dolls, taking care of baby playing.
And we're sharing.
That's so true.
That's something that we do natural. It comes natural. But what's happening is that once we are 4, 5, 6, 7, we learn to compete. So we are in eternal competition, and that's what you say. So we are pretending to be hard, strong, and we are we're pretending to be all the time the strongest, and that's not true.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Very sad.
Because you all the time say, okay, so how are you? I'm fine, and that's not true.
Yeah.
And you're going back to your room and you're crying,
And then you cry.
and you feel alone. It's like, okay, I'm just afraid to sharing my, my fears. So, and the thing is, first time I talked was almost 4 years ago. I share on Facebook. I get emotional, and I share that I was suffering from child abuse, and I was having anorexia and bulimia. No, even my friends knew about it.
Wow.
So I decide to use my voice. Now that I gave the first step, like get it, girl.
Yes, get it, girl.
Get it, girl. And then I thought, now I'm going to do something with this. I think it's time for me to share with the world, to put, voice into others, that can't speak, or they are afraid or ashamed to share with the world their vulnerabilities.
Well, speaking of sharing with the world, you have a book, Flying
Yes.
High. You're like, I'm dyslexic, but I'm an author, which is amazing. Like, don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything. So this is Flying High, discover your true potential on a journey that will transform your life. You talked about loving someone and that would feel like you're flying. Was that the inspiration for this book?
We can fly by ourselves just by trusting our own potential, by knowing and acknowledging how strong we are, because we're very brave. Come on, we are women.
We are women. And you know what?
We are women.
You are an incredible woman. We are back with Natalia, and I don't know about you, Artifacts, but I'm very intrigued about what this woman does, specifically with EFT. And we want to learn a little bit more about it. So first of all, can you tell us what EFT is and then teach us some techniques?
Yes, of course. I'm very happy to do that.
I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. And what happened is that as humans, normally we try to hide our emotions, and what happens sometimes they get trapped within ourselves. And if I'm asking you girls right now, can you identify your emotions very easily, like for example fear or sadness, or when you're hungry? Can you normally do
I
it?
can always tell when I'm hungry. But yes, I feel like it's really good to know what emotions you're going through. Or maybe if you don't know what they are, think about, well, why do I feel this way?
To know yourself, to scan your body and think like, okay,
Correct.
what is this feeling?
Yes.
And also, what is the message behind? Because sometimes we don't know. We can develop a better understanding about how our emotions work within us. And EFT, that's what it does. It helps us to understand a little better our emotions. Why? Because, can I try with any of
Yes.
these? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
for example.
Use us.
Yeah, I will. So EFT stands for the things that, Albert Einstein already said in 1920, I think it was. Yes, we are energy. Our body and almost everything on Earth is made of energy. And then we have these meridian points within our body. Some of them, this is why I use EFT. These meridians, what we do is to do a gentle tapping. Tapping is like with 2 fingers to give a sign to your brain. And what it does is that by doing this tapping, which is very easily, very gentle, what it does is that it's sending this message to your brain that everything is fine, it really relaxes you. So EFT, what it does is by some tapping points, top of the head, there's so few points here. Maybe we don't have time today to do all the points, but you can check on my website, nataliasanchidrian.com, and you can find all of there. But then you tap on these points, these meridian points, and then by this tapping, quite gentle, you get relaxed, and then we can talk easily about your emotions.
Oh no, girl. This is a therapy couch now.
You see, that's what happens. We don't want to talk about emotions, you see. In EFT, they talk about 13 points. And there is the top of the head, right in the middle. That's here. You can turn your face like this. Yes, the beginning of the eyebrow. That's the second one. this would be the third point. Okay, they would be under the eye, the fourth. Okay, under the nose. And here under the chin,
Okay.
And then you can do it yourself. However, I would like to say the EFT doesn't replace any psychological therapist.
no.
That's for sure.